This is an exciting part of the show. We start happy hour on Fridays, as we do every day, with Dan Petty, the DDS
Digital Director of Sports. For the Denver Post.
What's trending now? What's trending right now
What's
at this
trending
moment?
now?
Well, we're continuing to follow the story about the son of Broncos owner Pat Bowlen, John Bowlen Jr., and his arrest. This morning we obtained the 911 tapes of all that. And
he read some of them at the beginning of the show.
Right. But Nikki Javala has a story now about just how what kinds of penalties he could face under the league's personal conduct policy, and how what that could look like for somebody like him who's connected to the organization.
Tell us what the possibilities are.
So we've got a couple things. He could actually be given treatment, like whether that's outpatient treatment or something like that, paid for by the league for something like that. He could face suspension. He could face fines. He could face some combination of all three.
We're talking about league suspension now because the club has already suspended him indefinitely.
League, some sort of league suspension. The league itself will review this incident specifically. And I know you guys have talked about it some, but I really don't know what they do in a case like this. They've had clearly it's different now than it would have been, say, a year ago before all these domestic violence cases came. And now that we have another case of what appears to be, or at least charges of domestic violence, they may come down hard.
I'm trying to think what we could compare it to. Can we compare it to what happened with Jim Irsay?
Well, I was going to bring that up, but because of what's happened in the last year, the league has included in all of its penalties moving forward, they always say players, coaches, employees of the franchise. Mm-hmm. So I think that he would fall into whatever. I think it's black and white with them based on what's happened in the last year. I don't know exactly what it is, but the only comparison that comes, I think, anywhere in the world would be what happened to Jim Irsay, and he was suspended for half a season, wasn't he? That he couldn't contact the team. Or B, what we've seen in Deflategate, that the two employees that were involved were suspended indefinitely. So I think that's what's going to happen here. It's grayer again, and there's shades of gray, and I'm not referring to any books or movies, but it's shades of gray because he is part of the family trust. He doesn't own the team. I know enough about trust. I wished I had one, but that the trust controls the team. He is not the owner of the Broncos. He is the son of the longtime owner of the Broncos. He didn't quite put it that way, but I think that A, he needs treatment, and B, he does need to go out and mature, because this is, as the Post has pointed out, and we knew, he has been charged in other
marijuana possession.
The only thing I can compare it to is he's Billy Carter to Jimmy Carter. How's that?
Yeah.
What's next?
No, he's an immature kid that
he's
really,
29.
I know, but that's still a kid to me. But he has led a charmed life, and he has been in trouble. And there are
always
more
had
issues.
a lot of
There's more issues than really have been reported. He has had problems with drug and alcohol in the past, and the family's kind of pushed it off into a corner, and nobody really knows much about the family at all because they've kept it that way. That the most public people of the family are Pat and Annabelle, because Annabelle is a lot in society.
Does charity work.
But they've tried to always sort of keep an umbrella over the rest of the family, and that could be an issue during all this because all of them are getting a lot more publicity than they ever did before. I don't know that even a lot of people knew that Pat Bowlen was married before or had two kids, because in the press guide it would say they have 5 kids, and it really wouldn't go into the background.